Hi, I'm Larry Richardson, your step-by-step chef. When I say the word Blanch, what do you think? Yeah, me too. Rue McClanahan from the Golden Girls. She is the classic Blanche. But what does that have to do with our program? We are going to blanch vegetables. We are going to make the vegetables brighter. We're going to lock in the flavor, we're going to lock in the vitamins, and it kind of cleans them up a little bit too by putting the vegetables in hot water and then putting them in ice water. It's that simple. It's a very simple art, and it's a great skill to have if you're going to be a cook. If you want to cook and you want to have vegetables that look extremely fresh, a little bit of crispness, but they're not overcooked on the other hand either, blanching is the perfect way to get that done. So I'm going to show you how to blanch a cup of carrots, 3 cups of broccoli florets, and 3 cups of cauliflower florets. Those are pretty much the ingredients. So let me show you how to blanch. Now let's prepare the vegetables for blanching. And what I want to do is, first of all, just cut the nubs off of the carrots. There we go. And these carrots have been rinsed and a little bit scrubbed, so they're in fine shape. And then what I want to do with the carrots is cut them very thin. And the reason I'm doing that is if you leave it real thick, when we're blanching broccoli and cauliflower at the same time, the carrots won't blanch as well because they just tend to be tougher. So you can see I'm just cutting these down. Some of the carrots are running away. Just cut them down into these really super thin slices. These are under 1/8 of an inch. And I'm just going down like this, and then as it gets a little bit more difficult, then I'll separate it out and just do a couple of the carrots at the same time. So just give them a nice slicing. And I'm not going to bore you, so I will finish slicing these off camera, and then I'll be back and we'll do the cauliflower and the broccoli. And through the magic that is television, we're down to the last carrot. And I put the carrot slices, the other carrot slices, in the bowl already. So there you go. Nice, thin sliced carrots. And the reason I'm doing all of this prep work is when you're cooking, under any circumstances, try to get all of the prep work done ahead of time because you don't want to be scrambling around with a hot stove. Try to get the prep work done. And then you just throw all the ingredients in and it comes out just perfectly. Now here's our cauliflower. One of my local stores had a sale on pre-cut cauliflower. If you're working with a full-size cauliflower, which is about all you'll need, you just cut that base off where the leaves are. Cut the base off until you have chunks like this. And then to make it into florets, you just cut these pieces off. Just keep cutting it a little bit finer. It's okay if you slice some of the pieces, but this is what you want to do with the cauliflower. Just put into these pieces about this size. Those are bite-sized pieces. And I'm just going to do that with this whole bowl, and then I'll be right back. And here's the last of our cauliflower. Again, just cut it into these little bite-sized pieces. And that's perfect. And then we're going to cut up our 3 cups of broccoli next. But here's our broccoli. And honestly, we do not need these big stemmy pieces. You can save those for other purposes. Sometimes I'll shred those up and turn them into coleslaw. So there's a lot of stuff you can do with this. They're very sweet, and they actually taste good cooked, but just not in this recipe. This is a bite-sized recipe. So we're cutting that off, cutting it a little finer, getting rid of a little bit more of this, and then we're taking these florets and we're just cutting them into bite-sized pieces too. And we'll do this until we have 3 cups of broccoli ready to roll. And luckily, the size of a lot of these florets, they don't even need really much chopping. So again, I'm not going to bore you, but I'm going to do this until I have 3 cups of broccoli. Okay, so we time traveled, and here's the last of the 3 cups of broccoli that we need. That bowl's ready. Now we're going to go over to the stove and we're going to blanch this. Blanching is putting our vegetables into this hot water for about 4 minutes and then spooning them with a slotted spoon into this ice water to cool them down. Why? First of all, it locks in the flavor, it locks in the color, and it gives the vegetables just the right crispness. So we don't want vegetables that are overcooked, you know, the kind that you'd normally serve at dinner. We want this to have almost a salady crisp, but we don't want the vegetables to be raw. So what we're going to do right now is put our veggies in here, count out 4 minutes, and then spoon them into that ice water. And you'll be amazed at how beautiful it looks. And be careful when you put the vegetables into the scalding hot water. I don't want you to get splashed by it because you can get scalded. So be real careful. Go slow at it. Make sure everything's under control. Don't just splash the whole bowl of vegetables into this. Okay. And here's one escapee piece of broccoli. Now I'm going to bring this back to a boil, which is going to happen pretty quickly. Okay, a minute in, this water's plenty hot, and I'm just going to count out my 4 minutes from now. Again, the point is for these vegetables to still have some crispness to them. We don't want to overcook them. So I'm counting off my 4 minutes. And 4 minutes later, you can see these are rolling. They are Blanche du Bois, as Tennessee Williams would say, right into that bath. Can you see that color? Wow, is that vivid, isn't it? So they're cooked, they're crisp. I'm taking them out very slowly, carefully, and putting them into the ice bath. They're going to cool down. That locks in the flavor, locks in the color, locks in the crispness. So the ice bath is an important part of this process, because otherwise when you take vegetables off the stove, often they just keep cooking. If they're hot, they'll keep cooking. So this gives us some control over the process and the results. So I'm going to spoon all these out, and then I'm going to drain these out of the ice water. Okay, so I strained our vegetables. Look at that color. Doesn't it look delicious? And we're just going to put them in this bowl. And if you don't have a strainer, you can certainly use your slotted spoon to pull them out of the chilling bath and put them into your bowl. So congratulations, look at you. You're a professional blancher. That's pretty impressive. And you did see that those vegetables were very bright in color. They were cooked, still crisp, but bright in color. And wait till you taste them. They taste fantastic. So I want you to practice your blanching. I know you can get it done right. And just be careful around that hot water. Things will be fine. And if you want to blanch a bunch of different kinds of vegetables, look online because people will time it out for you. There are just sites all over the place where people who get excited about blanching, like I do, they're writing that stuff all the time. Now you will find the recipe for this technique on stepbystepchef.com. And eventually, and maybe even today, I'm thinking in the future, it will be in the cookbook, my cookbook, Cooking with the Step-by-Step Chef. Now this book has 114 of my first recipes in it, along with free video links for every single recipe. And since then, I've made dozens of recipes that are on my site, stepbystepchef.com. So if you combine this book with that website, you are working with some incredible power. And if you give this book to your friends and relatives, they can join you with that superpower. So I'm Larry Richardson. I am your step-by-step chef. Please visit stepbystepchef.com to find out more about what we do. And I'll see you in the next episode.